I'm getting the feeling that Morgan Freeman's later career is basically movies where he plays God or someone about to meet him.
I have nothing to say for myself.
Look what you did to Cindy. Now she's looking like a Colombian drug mule. Never in all my years has anybody ever walked off with a whole pork loin. What would your mama say?
Go big or go home.
Had to be the brother.
Going in Style stars Morgan Freeman, Alan Arkin, and Michael Caine. I think you have to say it that way. It's required by this point. As three old guys who decide to rob the bank that robbed them of their pensions. Question is, will it be robbing you of 90 minutes of your time? Here's 5 things you might want to know about Going in Style. Oh, this one's a sad one for me. I hate it when a movie misses, but you really wanted it to succeed. That's the case with this one. Let's start with the good stuff. I love these three guys together. Morgan Freeman, Alan Arkin, Michael Caine. There's such a good camaraderie there. There's this scene where they're just talking about The Bachelorette, watching it together. It was gold. If I had a whole movie of that stuff, I would have laughed a lot and had a great time. Unfortunately, every time they try to bring the plot into it, they get distracted from what makes this movie good. But as far as the three of them together, they're so endearing and they're really great. And if you're going to get something out of this movie, and we'll do this for number 2, it is those comedic moments. Those times in the film when they are allowed to breathe, allowed to be buddies, and make you laugh. And honestly, the emotion works in some of those moments as well. They're the moments in the movie where it feels grounded. It feels like you know what's going on, you understand these people, and so you're laughing with them and having emotions with them. If only that were the whole movie. But it's not, and that's where we start getting into the negatives. I was trying to put my finger on why. Every time we went to the plot, I just disconnected from the movie, and I think it's because of this. It's not grounded in reality. I feel like there's nothing here in this utterly ridiculous plot for me to put my feet on and think I'm standing on solid ground. Everything is so silly, so over the top, so ridiculous, doesn't resemble anything like this would be in real life, that it completely shook me and took me out of the movie for those moments, and I just wasn't able to find my way back. And here's another part of it, and I think this is a big part. These people who I love, who I want to be friends with, who I'm enjoying time with, you're making them felons. They are robbing a bank. This is legit stuff here, criminal activity. I didn't buy into their reasons enough to feel like they were desperate enough to have to do it. I didn't buy into the fact that they could be the good people the movie wanted me to believe they were and make this decision and put people's lives at risk and go do this thing. I don't know. There's something about the movie just wanting to be a comedy and just kind of smooth over this whole thing that really bothered me, because that's a real decision with real consequences. And maybe that's it. Maybe let's just finish there for the last point. Maybe I wanted to see that movie. What about the movie where you make me like these guys and then you add the reality element to what they're deciding to do? Give me the real version of this with consequence, with risk, with the idea that this is a bad idea and they know it, but they're doing it anyway. You don't have to sacrifice the comedy to build a little solid reality into what's going on here. Now, that movie could have been deep, could have been interesting, but this movie wasn't. Overall, I feel like Going in Style is a movie that could have been something special, but unfortunately was nothing close to special. I give it a C. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. We'll get to the Best Ever Challenge here in a bit. Before we do, let's connect more. You can hit me up on Twitter, Aaron Dicer, AARONDICER. You can also listen to the podcast, SiftPop, SiftPop. We have a great time each week talking about what movies are out, television. We talked about The Legion first season, as well as Big Little Lies first season in this week's podcast. You can check that out. That's SiftPop, SiftPop. And of course, connect on YouTube. Hit up the comments, subscribe, do all the YouTubian things that YouTubiers do. YouTubiers, I just coined that phrase. Also wanted to mention, I did launch a Patreon to support what goes on here. I do 2 videos a week. But if the Patreon level gets up to a certain point, maybe I'll do another review, maybe kind of a classic movie, something like that. There's some other cool bonuses there that you might want to check out just for supporting it a couple bucks a month. I'd really appreciate it. It's patreon.com/yourmoviefriend. All right, on to the Best Ever Challenge, where you name the best movie ever in a particular category. Also try to identify my choice. Let's go with what is the best elder film ever. Films about the aging experience or something along those lines. There's actually a lot of good ones. In fact, ones that I could probably qualify in this category that I would like more, but I won't because I want to bring attention to this one. The clue, I would say, is, they say you get wiser as you get older. Considering this man was the greatest problem solver of all time, the movie about him getting older, he was really wise. Take a guess in the comments at mine. Also leave your choice there as well. As always, here's some extra seconds to hit subscribe. Just click the logo right down in this corner.